What happened at Garissa is uncalled for. That's so inhumane of the Al-Shabaab. How can they do that to innocent students?
Yeah, what happened at Garissa is very unfortunate. Students being killed, students who know nothing about fighting. 148, not just a number.
If I say Al-Shabaab, you're more than enough, then you're more than enough. You can't come to Kenya, kill, get back.
Hello viewer and welcome to this week's edition of the program Campus Week, a program that touches on issues affecting students around campuses. Terrorism is within us, and the recent attack at Garissa University has shocked the entire country. Before we start tackling our topic of today, let's observe a moment of silence to commemorate our comrades. For today's discussion, on my extreme right, I have
Alfred Matenge.
and
I'm Brian Methodinogo from UON.
Madenge. What do you see about what happened at Garissa?
I think it was a very unfortunate incident that happened to our fellow students. Since the extremists, the Al-Shabaab, claimed that it was supposed to be a retaliatory attack, I think they went the wrong way, because I didn't hear students attacking them. I think they are being attacked by the Kenyan soldiers, that is the KDF. And so what they should have done, or the wisest thing to do, was to go and attack the KDF if it was in fact supposed to be revenge, and not affect students who know nothing about fighting, who know nothing about maybe fighting tactics and so on. So I think it was a very bad image to them, and indeed they shouldn't have done that. If in case it was revenge, what they should have done is go to the barracks or go to where the KDF are attacking them from and protect their territory.
And they will have seen what MRC saw in Nyali.
Yeah.
Brian, do you think our campuses are secure?
No.
Why?
Before I say that, let me just add a point on what my colleague said, Fred. I don't think the Al-Shabaab go for the defeating point. They go where they win. So they major target schools, even hospitals, where they know they can shed blood. Their name is up. They cannot go to the barracks where they can be defeated. Secondly, our school, even if we put KDF to guard our school, that's not a solution. The solution is, let's keep our brothers, or let's let's be a brother's keeper, and let's stand. If my brother is a terrorist, I should have the responsibility and that courage to say my brother is a terrorist. And if we can't do that, then the war on terror will not end, because they attack us each and every day. Because these attackers, they don't come from Somali direct, just within.
So in that you are echoing the president's word, security starts with you. Now when you talk of individual, by individual you mean by individual students or individual institutions?
As in individual, as a student, even institution. For example, in Garissa, that attack, according to me, it has been planned by their own staff. I cannot believe that this guy, the terrorist, the boundary between Kenya and Somalia, the Garissa attack, the Garissa University, it's around 154 kilometers. So this guy came and stayed for around 2 or I think just along like 1 month.
Familiar with the institution. Okay.
And I'm sure they were sheltered. So who to blame? Those who sheltered them. They know the information. This guy will attack the Garissa. So this guy had the responsibility to tell or to give out the information to the intelligence, so that the action could be taken early to prevent this 147 death.
Now, there's this issue that has come up. One of the terrorists that masterminded the attack, and he was one of the perpetrators, is said to be one of us. He's a graduate of one of I think of the oldest university around, Nairobi University. Now, when you say that Al-Shabaab is now living within us, they are not coming from Somalia. What do you take from that, Alfred?
So it's it's so unfortunate that they said mastermind how happens to be an alumni of University of Nairobi. But what I would say about that is that just as the president said, that security starts with me. So what should happen is, I mean, the Al-Shabaab are amongst us. So what we should in fact do, they are our friends, we know them. So what we should do for the sake of this country is to sell them out. If you know if he's your friend, it doesn't matter. What you should do the honorable thing and sell him out so that we can save this country for a better tomorrow.
Let me use my own angle of it. That the issue here is money. People are being radicalized because of money. And let me use the government policies of the institutions that are there to help the youth. For example, the USO fund is there to help the youth. But the question is the procedure to access the funds. It's so long, making people even cannot afford to access that money. So people may go for the easiest way, just go to join the militants, of which it's wrong and it's a satanic way, or it's a cult, can I call it a cultism manner they are using. But at the end of the day, the key issue is all about money.
Now, the ball on blame game has been tossed left, right, and center. Now, what do you think is the way forward to secure our campuses?
Okay, my closing comments would be, there are those critics of the government saying that we should indeed withdraw our KDF from Somalia, which I don't think is a very wise idea, because we should take the war to them, not wait for them to bring the war to us. So,
In fact, they are the one who came to us.
yeah, so we should now take the war to them, not wait for them to bring the war to us, because if we withdraw the KDF, then they are going to reorganize themselves in Somalia, and the war will be much bigger than it is now, and it will spill over to our country.
I think my view is that our security staff or personnel should change their tactic in fighting terrorism. I think, my view, 4 people cannot afford to be given around or be fight with the tankers, kifarus. I think that's logic, lacking of sense, lacking of ideas.
We've been reading about terrorism in newspapers, watching in TV and movies, but now it has dawned on us that terrorism is within us, and a number of our population have been sealed into this heinous movement. To bring this into an end, we've got to be our brother's keeper. Let us embrace the Nyumba Kumi initiative and know your neighbor and what he's doing, and in case of anything, report it to security agents. With that, we've come to the end of our today's program, Campus Week. And to my guests, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, fine.
Welcome.
Until next week, goodbye.